Welcome, friends. My name is Avinash and I welcome all of you again to another interesting episode of Corporate Face to Face series. Friends, this program we introduce emerging corporates from emerging sectors and we talk to them about their business models, their business journey, their growth plans. And today, friends, we've got a very interesting company by the name of Aeroflex Industries Limited. And we have the privilege of having the managing director and chairman of the company, Mr. Asad Dod. Asadji, thank you very much for sparing your valuable time with us today. I'm pretty sure that we'll
Thank you
have
so
a
much.
productive session and we'll be able to understand your company very good and better.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.
So Asadji, my first question to you is, if you could explain to our viewers what is the basic business model of our company and what is the positioning of Aeroflex, in the market as on date. And another question to that would be that, if you could give us a small description of the business journey ever since SAT Group took it over in 2018. So if you could add some color and tell us about it.
Okay. So basically, Aeroflex Industries is into the manufacturing of metallic flexible flow solutions. These flexible flow solutions are used for the smooth flow and transfer of all kinds of liquids, gases, and solid materials. So basically, we provide the critical components for critical industries. This is the business that we are into right now. In terms of the market, so we are, we have one of the largest capacities for this kind of product in India, and we are exporting to more than 80 countries across the world, and more than 80% of our sales is from exports. As you said that yes, Sat Industries acquired this company in 2018, and that is where my journey with Aeroflex started. If you see, before that, was a loss-making company, and after the acquisition from Sat Industries, we converted a loss-making company into a profit-making company, and now it is almost 5 years since the month we took over Aeroflex, and this is the month that we're planning to come up with the IPO.
Okay. So, Asadji, second question is, if you could tell us something about, the breakup of your products. I believe that you all make value-added, components also. You all make, products in the form of meters also. So, इसके बारे में थोड़ा बताइए. And secondly, आपका active customer base कितना होगा? करीबन कितने customers अभी कंपनी के होंगे?
तो हमारा जो मेजर जो प्रोडक्ट्स है जो हम बनाते हैं वो है स्टेनलेस स्टील corrugated flexible hoses with or without braiding, and simultaneously we also make stainless steel components and assemblies. uh, the current approximate breakup would be that approximately 70% of our revenue comes from the hoses, which we sell in meter form, and about 30% of our revenue comes from the assemblies or the component business, which we sell on a per piece basis.
Okay, fine. So basically, if I were to understand properly, Asadji, components may margin, is much better than hoses, if my thinking is right. So going forward, what is the strategy for the company? Are we planning to increase the share of components in the overall revenue pie for the company?
Yes, you're right that the components business has better margins as compared to the hoses when we sell it in the meter form. And going forward, our strategy would be to increase the sales of the component business, also to increase our sales from the new age industries like solar, fire sprinklers, hydrogen is a segment that we are still doing a lot of R&D on, plus aerospace, satellite, semiconductor. So all of these industries, they require the end product, which is the component, and that is our aim. And we hope to penetrate those industries in the near future.
Now, two more things, Asadji. You mentioned that almost 80% of the company's revenue comes from exports. If you could tell us, which are your key markets you all export to? And secondly, I wanted to understand yours is a product where I think there's a lot of wear and tear, where the product undergoes. So is this going to be like a consumable where every ek saal ke baad ya 1.5 saal ke baad, the replacement demand is also going to come in quite strongly for our product?
So, answering to your first question, that in terms of the export sales, so majority of our export sales come from the USA and the European region. That is our two biggest markets that we are catering to currently. And in terms of your second question, so you know Yes, our margins are more, in terms of the entire offering. So when you talk about, our business and, the life cycle of a product, basically. So uh, it can range anywhere from 3 months to 1.5 year, but it depends a lot on the end use application. For example, in a steel plant, if it is being used, so it depends on how, at what temperature they're running the plant, how much is the exact pressure that, goes into the blast furnace. But an average, the range ranges from 3 months to approximately 1.5 year.
Okay, fine. Now coming to the install capacity currently at your Taloja facility, if you could tell us what is the present install capacity, and is there any plans to ramp up this capacity in the next, say, 1 to 2 years?
So our present installed capacity is around 11 million meters per annum. We are operating right now at about 75 to 80% of the capacity. We are doing a lot of debottlenecking on our machines. So we manufacture from a quarter inch all the way up to 14 inches in diameter. And we have more than 82 lines of machinery. So on some machines, we are running at 60% of the capacity. At some machines, we are even running at close to 100% of the capacity. So those machines where we have the bottlenecks, we are revamping those machines to increase our productivity on those machines by at least 2x. That will help us to increase our output and our production, and also ultimately our sales from the same space of land area.
Okay, fine, understood. I think, Asadji, now tell me in terms of the opportunity size. You have been managing this company for the last, 5 years, since 2018. Now, opportunity size, हमारे इस flexible solution market के लिए global market, domestic market की हम बात करते हैं. So, what is the size of the opportunity? What kind of growth can we expect over the next, say, 3 to 4 years? If you could just give us some, a bird's eye view that how big is the opportunity?
तो अगर मैं खाली स्टेनलेस स्टील फ्लेक्सिबल होजेस की बात करूंगा, तो उसमें द मार्केट साइज, द इंटरनेशनल मार्केट साइज इज अबाउट $3.2 billion, दैट इज एज ऑफ 2022. और आप अगर हमारा देखेंगे, हम कितना मार्केट शेयर ले रहे हैं उसमें से, सो वी आर टेकिंग ओनली 1% ऑफ द एंटायर मार्केट शेयर. इसमें अ लॉट ऑफ द डिमांड इज देयर इन द यूएसए एंड द यूरोपियन रीजन, जो कि सबसे बड़े डेवलप रीजन है. प्लस थोड़े बहुत और एरियाज है जहाँ पे अभी तक हमने पेनेट्रेट कर नहीं पाए हैं, वो है जापान और साउथ कोरिया. इनके यहाँ पे भी बहुत बड़ा डिमांड है फॉर दीज फ्लेक्सिबल होजेस. बट राइट नाउ, बिकॉज ये दोनों एक टफ मार्केट है एंटर करने के लिए, बट हमने ऑलरेडी उसके उसकी तरफ हमारे एफर्ट्स लगाना चालू कर दिया है. एंड होपफुली वील सी द फ्रूट्स ऑफ इट इन द नियर फ्यूचर.
I think very well said, Asadji. I think your performance in the last 2 to 3 years has been very commendable. So obviously the future also will look very promising. Tell me one thing: what is the role of R&D in our products? How many new products does the company launch every year? I mean, इसका कितना बड़ा role होता है? Plus, what is the role of certifications in our business when you talk to any global customer?
So, talking about R&D, so R&D is the heart of the business right now. We have about 7 people in the R&D team right now, और हम लोग उसको और ज्यादा बढ़ा भी रहे हैं हमारी R&D टीम को. We have right now, approximately we have about 55 products which are currently under development. On an average, yearly, I would say we launch about 200 to 300 products every year. Right now, we have about 1,700 SKUs in our portfolio. So R&D is the backbone of the company, and that is where that we want to invest more money in the future on.
Okay. No, fine. Very well articulated, Asadji. Now tell me, Asadji, what is the kind of, I think in terms of the working capital cycle, if you could tell us something that, normally export customers have 80%. So working capital cycle ka duration kya hai, and what is the kind of inventory we need to keep in the system, so that customer requirements are catered to at any point of time.
तो वर्किंग कैपिटल जो है हमारा, वो अप्रोक्सीमेटली 95 टू 105 डेज के आसपास रहता है ऑन एवरेज. द रीजन फॉर द हाई वर्किंग कैपिटल इज बिकॉज वी इंपोर्ट सम ऑफ आवर रॉ मटेरियल, सो वी नीड टू कीप सफिशिएंट इन्वेंटरी ऑफ द रॉ मटेरियल. प्लस आवर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस हमारा ऐसा है, बिकॉज हमारे पास मल्टीपल प्रोडक्ट रेंजेस है. And whenever a customer demands from us, he demands a basket of products. And like I said, in some sizes, we have a bottleneck where we are running at almost 100% capacity. तो वहाँ पे हमारा production cycle 4 to 6 weeks से चला जाता है. And then ultimately when it is being exported to Europe and America and Latin America, तो वहाँ पे जो transit time रहता है वो approximately 30 to 60 days का रहता है. तो अगर आप फुल साइकिल देखेंगे तो उस हिसाब से हमारा एंटायर वर्किंग कैपिटल साइकिल अबाउट 95 to 105 डेज होता है. बट हमारा इंटरनल हमेशा एम ये है कि टू रिड्यूस दैट वर्किंग कैपिटल साइकिल. उसके लिए हमने ऑलरेडी जो अभी हम लोग कुछ एक सर्टन पोर्शन है हमारा इंपोर्ट जो हम चाइना से लेते हैं उसको हम धीरे धीरे शिफ्ट करें कि हम वो चीज़ भी हम इंडिया से खरीदें.
Okay, fine. On the pricing side, Asadji, if you could tell us that you have got 1700 SKUs. So normally when you finalize the order, is the order fixed? Like the pricing and the quantity is fixed, or is there some kind of price variation clause in case raw material costs go up? Then do you have some relief in the terms that the price increase for the raw material is passed over to you at some point of time? Does it work like that, or is it on a customer to customer basis?
So the pricing how it works is that we get a yearly schedule from our customers that they want certain sizes in this quantity in a year, and then they release either a monthly PO or a quarterly PO depending on their internal regulations. And when they release the PO, that is based on the pricing that we give it to them. Now, for minor changes in prices, say between 2% to 4%. We don't actually change the prices because we don't want to change the prices almost every week or every month. But after a certain point of time, say for example, if the price increases by about 5-6%, then as per our terms with the customer, the price increase is actually passed on to the customer. So we don't face a lot of issues in terms of whenever there is an increase in price.
Okay, fine, understood. Asad now tell me in terms of the competitive landscape for our product. Like, do you have any competitive competitors in the domestic market, or are these largely global players whom with you compete? If you could tell us something about that.
So, if I talk about the listed space, so there is no listed company in India who is into the similar line of business as ours. So basically, we don't have any peer competition in terms of the listed space. Now, talking about the international competition, yes, there are a few companies which are listed abroad. The likes of Parker Hannifin, which is one of the world's multi-billion-dollar company based in USA, and Senior PLC is based in UK, and Senior is one of the pioneers of the flexible flow solutions.
Okay, so basically there is no local competition, only one or two global companies which actually compete with Aeroflex. That is what you say, right?
So in terms of local competition, there are manufacturers in India, but they are mostly in the unorganized space, and they're mostly into the B2C space, which we are not into. We are into the B2B space where we supply to high-end industries in India.
Okay, understood. Tell me one thing now, in terms of differentiation, like you said, you are the only, large player catering to the B2B market. Now, in one or two points, Asadji, if you could tell us, how can you differentiate Aeroflex with the other, players? What is so different about Aeroflex that we do things much better? We've got a global customer base. So, हम ऐसा क्या करते हैं कि जिससे हमारी quality is better, our realizations are better? So, if you could, highlight 2-3 points for us.
So basically, there are multiple things that we do to differentiate ourselves from our customer. First is the quality of our products. So basically, हम लोग जो प्रोडक्ट बनाते हैं वो वर्ल्ड क्लास स्टैंडर्ड का प्रोडक्ट्स है. मतलब जो प्रोडक्ट्स आज यूएस में बनते हैं और जो प्रोडक्ट्स एरोफ्लेक्स में बनते हैं, अगर आप इसको कंपेयर करेंगे तो आर क्वालिटी इज on par or even better than the ones which is made in the foreign countries. First is the quality. Second is our R&D, the products that we make. हम लोग खाली है ना कस्टमर को प्रोडक्ट नहीं बेचते, हम लोग है ना कस्टमर को एक सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइड करते हैं. Wherein if a customer has a requirement for a flexible flow, we guide them that this is the material that you should use, this how should be the drawing, this is the structure it should follow, this is the pressure it can handle, this is the temperature it can handle. So एक पूरा solution है rather than selling just a product. And finally, I think our team, which is we have a really world-class team, right from the R&D, the production to quality to sales, to finance everybody. I think our team is something that we are very proud of, and I think that is what sets it apart from everyone else.
I think very well articulated, Asadji. Now, Asadji, on the financial side, FY23 was also another good year, 269 crores revenue, 30 crores profit. So I think, what is the kind of outlook you can share for FY24 and 25? I think, now COVID is not there, normalcy has come in. So at least without giving numbers, Asadji, if you could at least share the outlook, what kind of outlook you think the company can enjoy over the next, say, 1 to 2 years?
So in terms of the outlook, first of all, I would say that we are aggressively planning to launch new products in the market. These products that we're planning to launch would be of much higher technical specifications than the products that we are selling currently, which would mean that these products would have better margins for us. We are also planning to enter the new age industries, like I said earlier, which includes solar, hydrogen, EV mobility, semiconductor, aerospace, and satellite. And these high-end industries tend to have better margins, than the conventional industries. And just talking about in terms of revenue, so we have grown at a CAGR of about 35% over the past 3 years, and we expect the future growth also to be on the similar lines.
Okay, fine. Asadji, one related question to this answer which you gave me is that margins के ऊपर outlook क्या है? Because now I think in your earlier question we asked you on the component mix, that component mix is 30%. In future it is going to increase. So as the component share increases in your revenue, can we safely assume that EBITDA margins में थोड़ा बहुत improvement आने की possibility है?
Yes, definitely. If we are selling, if you're selling more and more of components, then definitely it will have a positive impact on the margins. Because, like I said earlier, when we sell a component business, those products tend to have a better margins as compared to when we sell the hoses in meter form.
Okay, fine. Understood. Asadji, one important question now to ask you is that if you could share with us some basic details about your forthcoming issue. I believe you all are making a fresh offer and OFS also. So, what is the size of the overall, offer which you are coming out with, and what is the objective? If you could share some brief details, for our viewers.
Sure, sure. So we are raising approximately 351 crores from our IPO. Out of this, 162 crores would be a fresh issue, and the balance is offered for sale. The fresh issue of 162 crores, the breakup is that rupees 32 crores would be utilized towards repayment of debt. After that, the company will be a debt-free company. Rupees 84 crores would be utilized for working capital, and this working capital requirement would serve the company for at least the next 3 to 4 years. And the balance amount is towards issue expenses, general corporate purpose, and unidentified inorganic acquisitions.
Asadji, my last question to you is that in our business, what is the single most risk which is important for our business? Because every business has got some risk factor, and ये risk factor क्या हो सकता है और उसको हम कैसे mitigate करते हैं? इसके बारे में बताइए.
तो हमारे बिजनेस में जो रिस्क फैक्टर है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल क्या मुझे कि ज्यादा रिस्क फैक्टर्स नहीं है. रीजन बीइंग बिकॉज हम एक डाइवर्सिफाइड इंडस्ट्रीज को सप्लाई करते हैं हमारा प्रोडक्ट, राइट फ्रॉम योर कन्वेंशनल इंडस्ट्रीज, ऑयल एंड गैस, स्टील, पेट्रोकेमिकल, केमिकल, टू न्यू एज इंडस्ट्रीज. सो हमारे पास एक 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 काफी डाइवर्सिफाइड इंडस्ट्रीज है. बट अगर मैं रिस्क की बात करूँ तो रिस्क ये हो सकता है कि बिकॉज हमारे लॉट ऑफ द सेल्स इज फ्रॉम एक्सपोर्ट्स, और अगर कोई फॉरेन कंपनी में या फॉरेन कंट्री में कभी कोई स्लो डाउन आता है तो हमारे लिए थोड़ा रिस्क हो सकता है. बट उसमें भी हम लोग जो प्लान करते हैं ये कि भी डाइवर्सिफाई रिस्क in terms of we are supplying our products to 80 countries. Now suppose if in some countries there is a slowdown, but in some other countries we can expect the growth. Like for example, agar Europe में slowdown है तो we focus more on the USA market, which is currently growing right now. So that is how we we mitigate our risks.
Anyway, I think Asadji, thank you very much for your valuable time. We had a very good time with you, and I think viewers, this was a very productive session for all of us. In conclusion, Asadji, congratulations to you, your entire management team, and best wishes for your IPO. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.